So just to be clear before we get started, because every year we have questions. So if you are looking for information about vocational technical schools or charter schools, stay here and listen to ours, right? And then apply to Christina. But we don't have any information to share about vocational technical schools or charter schools. This is only for schools in the Christina School District. So thank you for joining us. Stay with us. We're sure that you'll find the perfect fit for your scholar in the Christina School District. Couple more minutes. Turn my phone down so you don't get that in the background. Have illustrious colleagues joining us from different schools, different programs that can help you. Just check something. Let's see what's going on here. Full range here. Hear about our different grade level programs, our highlights for our district. If you have questions as we go along, you can place them in the chat in the Q&A. Okay. No, I cannot. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Got it now. Okay. Here we go.
Hi, can you see me?
Yes, I can see your what's that called? Profile picture.
Okay, so you can't see me signing.
Correct. I see your beautiful sunset.
Oh boy. Okay. Let me figure this out. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Because I am not seeing me show up at all.
Okay.
So I don't even have the capability to, turn my video on at this point.
Oh, you don't have the video icon there?
No.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Very. Maybe because I wasn't invited directly?
No.
Okay.
All the other panelists joined the same as you did. I'm trying to find where you went now. And I'm missing somebody else. I'm missing somebody else. So I grabbed it, but it didn't, like it grabs, but then it doesn't. It shifts on me.
Okay.
So let me just make sure. And this is Robin is our ASL interpreter. So I just want to make sure.
Okay, join. I'm going to join it.
I'm sorry, say again, ma'am. Go ahead, Robin. I'm sorry, say again. Oh,
Hey.
there we go. Okay.
Let me go ahead and change my name. So if any deaf people come up, they can see that it's the interpreter.
Okay. Do I need to pin you also, Robin?
I think they can do that on their own screens. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So everyone, Ms. Robin is here. She's serving as our American Sign Language interpreter in case we have anyone on our call participating today in need of that service. So I will give it just another 2 more minutes. It's 6:33, just allow us 2 more minutes just to make sure we're all where we need to be. Thank you. All right. It is 6:37. I'm 2 minutes past my original start time. So thank you very much for your patience. My name is Gina Moody, Director of Student Services with the Christina School District, and I welcome you to our annual Choice Information Night. We're excited to embark on this open school choice process, and it opens on Monday, November 4th, 2024. And the deadline to submit your applications, either online or in person to a school, is Wednesday, January 8th, 2025. So I'm going to share some slides with us. Show our slides. And now, I don't know why this is doing this. Okay. Does anyone see the slides here? Is that good? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for all the thumbs up, man. I should have been that creative juice to think of all these emojis while we're virtual. So these are our highlights, and I'm going to start with our Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Deirdre Joyner, who is a longtime employee of the Christina School District, and she is now my boss, our Deputy Superintendent. So welcome you, Dr. Joyner.
Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to Choice Open House Night. So excited to present here with my colleagues this evening. You can go to the next slide, Dr. Moody. Thank you. We're excited, super excited about the winning academics in our district. Many of our schools have won many awards and have been recognized for many great things. But a breakdown of the excellence here in Christina School District we have 3 early education centers, 14 elementary schools, 2 elementary middle schools, 3 traditional middle schools, 3 traditional high schools, 11 other special schools and programs. Over 35 plus advanced placement courses are offered, as well as over 40 dual enrollment courses and 27 graduation pathways. The academic excellence doesn't stop there either. These are just some highlights of our of the work being done in our district, the accolades and awards. I won't read them all to you. You can hit that view options button and enlarge it a little bit if you are a spectator. But our Christina Early Education Center was recognized in U.S. News and World Report as one of the best preschools, one of the top 5 in Delaware. Brader has gotten PBS recognition in Phase 4 for 2023. Downs was also named a top 20 Delaware school, as well as in U.S. News and World Report. Gallagher is not only a top 20 school and in U.S. News and World Report, but also received PBS recognition for 2023, Leader in Me School 2022, and even exceeded expectations from DDOE in 2019. The proud principal of Gallagher is on here as a presenter for us this evening, sharing her excellence. Keene received a PBS Project Recognition Award in 2023. McClary in 2019 was another DOE recognized school. Of course, a National Blue Ribbon School, which is the top tier award, is our own Marshall Elementary School. And that principal is also here this evening. West Park, another principal here this evening, another top 20 school, another News and World Report, best elementary school, a National Blue Ribbon School in 2019, and another DOE School of Continued Excellence. Wilson, another top 20 school, another U.S. News and World Report. school, elementary school rather, a PBS recognition school for 2023, a National Blue Ribbon School of 2020. I hope you're seeing just the excellence continue to flow and our schools being recognized for all the hard work and that they do. In 2019, Wilson also was a DOE School of Continued Excellence. More PBS recognition from Kirk Middle School from 2023. Our Middle School Honors Academy at Christiana High School is another top 20 school by U.S. News and World Report, Best Middle School. Shumadill Middle School has been getting PBS recognition since 2020, and their hard work continues. And of course, our Christiana High School and Middle School Honors Academy was a 2019 National ESEA Distinguished and Recognition School. So we're super proud of all of that. Next slide. Also, we have just so many more district highlights. We are we had a statewide adoption of Christina School District self-paced VPA, which is Visual and Performing Arts Professional Development for House Bill 198. And that is all around teaching Black history. And we created some lessons and a curriculum that has been adopted by the state of Delaware. 3 national high-performing Blue Ribbon schools. We have 3 national PTA schools of excellence, top-performing middle school in our Honors Academy. We have 3 of our schools that are Compassionate Champion Award winners, cutting-edge high schools with focused pathways and enhanced programs, live in CSD. As I mentioned before, 7 of our schools have been ranked best out of by U.S. News and World Report. We have the State Sapphire Award for Outstanding School Counseling in one of our programs, 3 national ESEA Distinguished Schools, 5 PBS recognition schools, and of course, 50% of Christina's teachers have master's degrees. The excellence continues in and out of the classroom. And then our junior ROTC program was awarded an outstanding organization. Thank you. Great pictures too that you can take a look at and see our kids in action. In terms of advanced academics, we have expanded that program. It's now in grades K to 5. We also have increased opportunities for students to take challenging coursework and to earn college credits in grades 9 through 12.
Good evening. Welcome to our Choice Night. I am Jill Casey, Supervisor of Special Education, and I just wanted to share a little bit about special education in our schools today and some information about our special programs. So we do have a spectrum of services for serving students with IEPs in all of our buildings across Christina. We do serve students in the general education classrooms through to separate classrooms if it's determined in their IEPs. We strive to have students served in the schools that are closest to their home, but in some cases, we do decide that it is most appropriate for a student to participate in a special program if that is determined in their IEP. So for example, the Brennan School, the Brennan program, which was formerly known as the Delaware Autism Program, that serves students that are from ages 2 to 22 with autism who have complex needs and require extensive modifications. Some of those programs are scattered throughout our school buildings, and then we also have a separate Brennan School as well. Delaware School for the Deaf is a program serving students who are deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind students ages 5 to 22, and they use bilingual instruction there at Delaware School for the Deaf. The Douglas School provides alternative programming for students who require additional counseling, academic, and behavioral support in a smaller setting. We also have Network School, and that is for students that are in our high schools. Some students participate part-time, and then after graduation until 22, if it's determined by their IEP, and they are working on employment skills through different enterprise areas. Additionally, we have the REACH program, which serves students ages 3 to 22 with moderate and severe intellectual disabilities, offering specialized programming to meet students' needs through their IEPs. And then lastly, here we have the Sarah Pyle Academy, and we have 2 locations for Sarah Pyle in Newark and in Wilmington, and that offers a non-traditional learning environment for high school students. So all of these programs are not actually part of the choice programming. They are determined through their IEPs. But as I shared already, we do offer many different opportunities for students within all of our buildings to serve students with IEPs.
Good evening. My name is Erin Kessel. I am the principal of Gallagher Elementary School and also have the great privilege of being the principal of the Elementary Virtual Academy. I serve alongside my middle school and high school co-partners, Principal Mr. Vinny DeLilio, and also at high school, Principal Christina McBurry. So as far as elementary goes, at the elementary Virtual Academy, we serve about 75 students. This particularly helps students have some lower class sizes than you might see in a traditional school. And because of the smaller class size, students really have an opportunity to get more one-on-one assistance that they might in a traditional classroom. You can expect fully synchronous live instruction by certified teachers and specialists for an entire school day. There's community building built right into the classroom. There's close monitoring by teachers. The teachers use Go Guardian, which is an incredible program that the state allows us to use, which helps teachers to really be able to see very explicitly what students are able to do, which supports students because before any mistakes or bad habits academically are solidified, teachers are able to get in and really determine how to support those students more effectively. Our students enjoy a range of expressive arts classes, STEM, PE, library, tech, art, and music, all adapted properly for virtual learning. All materials and manipulatives are provided by Gallagher. The participation in extracurricular is also something our students enjoy. These include events that are both hosted by the school as well as those that are specifically for Virtual Academy. The students in our Virtual Academy get to enjoy in-person field trips. They really develop a very close, tight-knit community. They develop skills and knowledge of programming, certain soft skills that are really going to build and support them as they progress through and enter the college of their choice or the workplace after graduation. And just because Gallagher also is a leadership school, students get to participate and lead events, sometimes within the school day, like morning announcements and school service projects, and also various social activities. The teachers host daily office hours in which students are able to drop by for additional support beyond what's given in the structured school day. So within the middle school program, according to Mr. DeLilio, this is very similar to what is experienced at the middle school level. Middle school has about 100 students. They have live classes for core content, and students even get to select a self-paced elective within a wide variety and range of options. And then finally, they also get to, like our Gallagher students, enjoy activities like dances and field trips and sports alongside their Kirk counterparts. And then finally, at the Virtual Academy hosted at Sarah Pyle with Christina McBurry, there are about 139 students at this time. Again, fully synchronous instruction, a 99% graduation rate for students in VA, which is tremendous. Over $150,000 in scholarships from those students last year. And for the past 3 years, the Virtual Academy at SPA held the valedictorians and salutatorians for each of the classes of their respective high schools. And then over half of the senior class that has just left has been with them for their entire 4-year period of high school. So again, just great opportunities to be had in the Virtual Academy. It's certainly not for every single student, but it is absolutely the perfect option for some students. So if you're interested, please reach out to myself, Dr. Moody. We would be very happy to answer any questions we could about Virtual Academy.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Castle. So this will be an option. So we can get into the specifics, but if you're looking for high school, that would be under Sarah Pyle Academy, Virtual Academy. And so we want to make sure that you select that on the application. So thank you very much. So next for elementary, we have Mrs. Greenfield and Ms. Novak.
Hi, I'm Miss Novak, Tracy Novak. I'm the principal at West Park Place. It's a great place to be, so I'm happy to be there. I think Miss Casey's going to talk about the early education, and then I'll throw it back to me.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Casey.
Okay, so we are very fortunate in Christina School District to have 3 early education programs. One of them is the Christina Early Education Center, which is located in Newark, and that serves students who are 3 and 4-year-olds. So that is all preschool. And then we also have Pulaski and Stubbs, which are both located in Wilmington, and they serve students that are in preschool as well as in kindergarten. Now, you can't choice our students into the preschool programs, but kindergarten is available for choice at both Pulaski and Stubbs, and we are offering some great opportunities for our students in preschool and kindergarten.
So I just want to talk to you a little bit about some of the curriculum resources that we use. So for our literacy, we all use Benchmark Advance. I believe it's our 4th year, going into our 4th year using it. It's totally aligned to our standards, and it really supports high expectations and achievement for all of our learners. It also follows the science of reading. And just to give you some key points, I just wanted to mention that it's a spiraling curriculum. So not every skill and strategy is taught to mastery. So some parents get a little worried in the marking periods about not seeing that they're totally meeting proficiency, but it spirals back and comes back around so that students don't learn everything on one strategy at one time, but we come back to it throughout the year. This program also integrates our science and social studies. So students have that opportunity and experience of reading a lot of nonfiction to practice their skills and strategies. Also, what's really nice is if students within our district are moving, we're all at the same place. So that's very helpful for all of us in the classroom and for your child. And then it's also, if you have children in multiple grade levels, they pretty much teach the same skill and strategy, just at different levels throughout the grade. So that's really helpful for the parents at home. Let's see. The next is our math program, and it's really exciting. This year we have a brand new math program that we're not piloting, we're doing. We piloted last year. It's the iReady math curriculum. It really gives a lot of opportunities to differentiate. So with this program, the teachers in every grade level have access to all the curriculum and lessons from K to 5. So when they're meeting with students to help them with an intervention, they can go to the grade level below and use the same techniques for teaching to bring them up to grade level. There's also some interactive learning that students can use on their Chromebooks. I don't know a lot about that right now, but tomorrow night we're doing a math night where we're going to have our own students teach parents some of the digital tools that we have that's with that program. As I said, this program also allows for a lot of differentiation for the teachers and gives a lot of resources to our teachers to help support our students that are at different learning levels. And as a building principal, what I like to see when I go into the math lesson, there's a lot of conversation and dialogue with our students, and they're doing a lot of the talking and sharing and discussion of their strategies and how they come up with their answers. But it's nice to see that then we also have students talk about their way of solving it, so they see multiple ways. So it's really exciting for me as a principal to go in and see a different curriculum in math and to see all the conversation that happens.
Good evening, families. My name is Crystal Greenfield, and I'm the proud, colorful principal of the Thurgood Marshall Crayon Kids. I'm here to talk to you about some of our social emotional learning opportunities. We have award-winning programs here in Christina School District for positive behavior support. You heard that from Dr. Joyner earlier in the presentation. We also provide social emotional learning and anti-bullying programs throughout the district in all of our elementary schools. Some of those programs include Leader in Me, Move This World, Second Step, PADS, the Buddy System, and No Place for Hate. We provide school counselors and social workers on site throughout our district, so they are a huge resource for us. And we have family and student interventionists, previously known as family crisis therapists and behavioral health consultants in our schools. Next slide, please. So we know that providing enrichment beyond the classroom is paramount in developing the whole child. So we provide Lego League, Science Olympiad, Geography Bee, service projects, Girls on the Run, band and chorus, after school clubs, and so much more. Let me tell you, there are some award-winning programs as well. Next slide. We know during the school day, we have to also provide enrichment and expressive arts, and you'll hear your kids call them specials sometimes. And we provide art, music, physical education, library, technology in some of our buildings. It's really important that we develop the whole child, and this just continues to lend to that. Next slide, please. We have a very diverse population here in Christina School District and throughout all of our schools. So we all have multilingual learners or multi-language learners. They used to be called English as a second language, but we provide MLL teachers in every school. Some of our program models include English language development classes, push-in and pull-out services. And of course, those services are always matched to individual student needs. Next slide. We are really, really proud of our immersion programs in Christina. We all know that, you know, the earlier you teach students a second language or teach young people a second language, the more they're able to hold on to that and to develop. And we do that here in Christina. We have Chinese immersion at Downs Elementary. Students develop literacy skills and academic achievement in both English and the target world language. Next slide. And we offer Spanish immersion at Oberly Elementary. The power of immersion education helps students attain extremely high levels of language proficiency. My own child is in Spanish immersion, so I love it. Next slide. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Sean Todd.
Good evening, everyone. I am Mr. Todd. I am one of the assistant principals at the brand new Maurice Pritchett Senior Academy. And I'm going to give you just a few highlights of some of our middle school programs. I saw listed that they had 5, but I think it's really 5 plus 1, and I'll show you what that means in a minute. And so you can go to the next slide. So social and emotional learning, very similar to what was described in our elementary schools. We do have a comprehensive program of social emotional learning. It does include direct teaching in terms of a curriculum. It also includes a place where students actually go on computer programs, and some of those were actually mentioned in our elementary programs. It's part of our total Tier 1 instruction, and it's supported by our internal support, which are guidance counselors, our social workers, and some of our behavior specialists, but we also have supports from outside agencies and also community partners. Next slide, please. Our career and technical education program in the middle school. These programs kind of align with what we're trying to do in our high schools and flow into them. They include organizations like Business Professionals of America, technical student organizations, and we are currently working to expand our middle school offerings to include an introduction to computer science, as well as introduction to engineering. Some of our schools, like the one I'm at, we have JDG, which is Jobs for Delaware graduates, and also Project Lead the Way, which is part of our STEM program. Next slide, please. Just like the high schools that you'll see, our middle schools kind of flow into our high schools, and so we start them sometimes really in the elementary level, but in the middle schools, we really start to focus on our expressive arts and our traditional art programs. So we do have art, chorus, band, and strings. And again, all of these programs flow into the high school programs. And so our hope and intention is that they will start at the middle school, and by the time they get to high school, they'll be ready to apply those same skills at the high school level. We do have a comprehensive athletic program in our middle schools. We encourage and support active participation of all students in these programs. In the fall sports, we have cross country and boys soccer. In the winter, we have girls and boys basketball and girls cheerleading. In the spring, we have girls soccer and track and field, which is both for boys and girls. One highlight that we have is a Chinese immersion program at Shoemadill. So we're very proud of that and looking to expand those programs into other middle schools. And finally, I was mentioning that we had one additional school, and this is our middle school honors academy at the Christiana High School. It provides a rigorous academic program in grades 6 through 8 that kind of prepares students to take college level courses at the high school level. So we're very excited about that program. Additional offerings that we have that are not traditional classes, but they flow and kind of flow into our academic programs is AVID, KBG, which is an as I was told, this is new for me, but it has something to do with anti-smoking, Math Counts, Math League, Mentoring, Science Olympiad, and much, much more.
Thank you very much, Dr. Todd. Dr. Natalie Princelis will support with the high school highlights.
Good evening, everyone. I am excited to share some information regarding our high schools and for you to see the matriculations that our students experience from the elementary, middle, and now high. Our district offers 3 unique traditional high schools, each with its own distinct career pathway focus, ensuring that every student can find a path that suits their interests and future goals. All of our high schools offers dual enrollment experience, which complements our focus on rigorous instructions. At Christiana High School, for example, career pathways programs focus on agricultural science, health and medical science. Glasgow High School, known as G High, highlights program in hospitality, culinary arts, business, while at Newark High School, the focus is more so on the arts, engineering, computer science, and emergency medical services. All of our high school creates a dynamic environment where students can thrive academically and socially as they prepare for their future. We also have 2 fantastic support programs, which you heard about in previous slides. Sarah Powell Academy, which is a nationally recognized non-traditional program focused on dropout prevention and support for students who benefit from smaller learning settings and modified schedule. In addition, our Christiana School District's Virtual Academy, which matriculates from elementary into high school, middle into high school, offers flexible online learning options for families preferring home-based instructions. Next slide, please. I apologize. To ensure students are ready, are truly future ready, we offer robust career technical education with Dr. Todd just mentioned at the middle school level, and this matriculates into, into previous slide. Ooh. Thank you, which matriculates into our high schools. And CTE courses are a part of a statewide initiative that equips students with the skills needed for today's workforce. The curriculum in each of our schools combine rigor, relevance, preparing students for a wide range of career fields. We also offer work-based learning opportunities. These allow students to take what they've learned in the classroom and apply in real-world setting, either with industry partners or through school-based enterprises. These partnerships not only provide invaluable experience, but help students build connection in their future-ready career. Next slide, please. As you heard from previous slides about the dual enrollment as well as Chinese immersion program, this matriculates as well within the high school years. Our dual enrollment program provides students the opportunity to take college level courses while still in high school. Now, this is a great way for students to save on college tuition and graduate with both high school and college credits. Those are excellent pluses. Through partnerships with local universities like Wilmington University, Delaware State University, University of Delaware, and more, we are proud to offer these opportunities at reduced cost to our students. And by reduced cost, it really is zero. For those who are not ready for the dual enrollment courses just yet, but still looking for a challenge, we do offer honors courses designed to prepare students for more advanced coursework. These courses foster independent learning and prepare students for future AP or college level courses. Next slide, please. Now, in Christina School District, our graduation requirement actually exceeds the state minimum, and we believe in giving students extra opportunities to excel. While the state requires 24 credits, we require 26, which includes 2 credits in the same language of world language. We offer courses in Spanish, French, and Mandarin Chinese. And students who matriculate through our Chinese immersion program, which you learn starts in the elementary years, in earlier grade, may be in position to take advanced placement Chinese courses in high school, which would further give them college credits. So by broadening language skills, we prepare students for a globalized world, opening doors to careers and culture beyond their immediate settings. Next slide, please. Now, Dr. Joyner spoke about some of our district accomplishments earlier. I'm going to hone in a little bit about some of our graduates from the class of 2024. Our graduates are a shining example of what Christina School District students can achieve. Last year, we hosted a number of celebration ceremonies to include graduation, of course. We are proud to share that last year, over 750 students graduating, earning more than $40 million in scholarships and awards. This is a testament to the hard work our students and their families, and of course, our amazing staff. Next slide, please. In addition to academics, we offer a variety of athletic programs, which you learned earlier starts at the middle school years, and really honing in the skill set of the student athlete. Athletic teaches discipline, teamwork, and resilience, qualities that benefits our students both on and off the field. We're dedicated to nurturing student athletes who excel in the classroom and in their sports. Next slide, please. There are a number of additional supports for our students at Christina School District. We believe in developing and supporting the needs of the whole child. Beyond the academics and athletics, we provide robust support system designed to give students toward achieving their post-secondary aspirations. For example, our college and career planning service, digital learning initiatives, mental health services, all contributes to students' success. Additionally, we offer transition planning, life skills development, and job work placement through our work-based learning program, all aimed at ensuring students leave our district ready for whatever comes next, whether that's college, continued career pathways, certification licensure program, or transition to work. Our commitment to character building and life preparation is at the heart of everything that we do. Thank you, and we will now transition to Dr. Moody, who will highlight in greater details the character and disposition we aspire to build in our students.
Thank you very much, Dr. Princelis, and everyone's done a fantastic job, and hope you're capturing all the wonderful excellence that through our programs and just the hard work that our students and staff, and yes, Dr. Princelis, our families, right, who stand behind our students to get them across that finish line. So a couple of years ago, as part of our strategic planning initiative, one being having 3 tenets, the whole child, teaching and learning, and community pride and connection. Part of the teaching and learning strategic initiative was to build, what does it look like to be a Christina graduate? What are those attributes? And varied stakeholders, a group of stakeholders came up with, these are the attributes that we would want a Christina graduate to have to prepare them for whatever is the next step once they cross the stage of graduation, to prepare them to be ready for college, career, and just life in general. So these are the attributes as a person, as a learner, as a leader, and as a citizen. So you heard us talk about social emotional learning. You've saw that we talked about just the overall well-being of students, because that, of course, we want to make sure that students are connected, feel connected to each other, feel connected to a trusted adult, feel connected to family and friends, so that that would provide them with the support system that they need for any academic and career endeavors that they have ahead of them. So this is what has been branded for the Christina School District. I invite you to take a look at it at your leisure at a later time. And then also talk with your student about, you know, what does this look like for them? Again, at home, on the field, in the classroom, at work, etc. As far as career readiness goes, we have pathway completions, and we talked a little bit about that before within the culinary arts, the medical field, the teacher academy, business, and then we also have career and technical student organizations. They participate and compete in local and national competitions. So that's pretty exciting to have our students on not just the Delaware stage, but also on the stage in other states. Dual enrollment credit attainment. Many students choose to do that. Just one, to get a taste of what the college level experience of that caliber of class is like, but then also to get that level of instruction to prepare them for envisioned career pathway, industry credential opportunities, as well as work-based learning, immersive opportunities. And then I will move on to the choice facts to just explain. So let me just, before I move on to the next slide, what you just received was the some information about not just our elementary, middle, high schools, but also our special programs, our certain kind of different options for instruction. And again, just to let you know that when you choose the Christina School District for your student for next year, that these are the opportunities and supports. We endeavor to partner with you to make sure that we don't just give what we call that tier one, what we give to everyone, right? The tier one instruction, but then also if your student is excelling, how do we give you supports there? And if your student needs additional supports, how do we give supports in that realm? So at the same time, while you're trying to figure out as far as whether you're at the elementary, middle, or high school level, we have this process called choice, school choice, Delaware school choice. And these timelines apply across the entire state. And so on these next couple of slides, it's going to be a lot of information. This presentation is being recorded. So when it's posted to our website, you will have the opportunity to go back and listen. And then, of course, just call the district. Excuse me, if you need someone to just walk you through what certain things mean, as well as how do you move forward with submitting your application when you submit your application for the Christina School District. So I stated before, it does open Monday, November 4th. And the deadline is January 8th, and that is for grades 1 through 12. Kindergarten choice is open through the first day of the school year in the 2025-2026 school year. So if your baby will be 5 by August 31st of 2025, they will be eligible to register for kindergarten to start that fall of 2025. When you go to apply for choice for a school in the Christina School District, you must be registered first in the school where you reside, if you're not already attending a traditional public school. So I'll just say District A. If you're living in District A and it's not Christina, right, you're already registered there, you're attending there, you can go ahead and apply for choice. If you're not living in your school of residence, if you're just moving to the state, you have to register in the school where you live before you can apply for choice. And again, these are the state of Delaware's guidelines and rules. You may apply to more than one school. So if you love all multiple middle schools, the middle school grades at Maurice Pritchett or at Bayard or at the Middle School Honors Academy, you can apply for multiple schools for that grade level. And, but you need to list them in priority order. Okay, I would like this school as school number 1, number 2, number 3. And I've already said that students have to be 5 on or before August 31st, 2025. So I was a September baby, my birthday September 28th. And if I turn 5 on September 28th, 2025, I have to apply for kindergarten in 2026. So if you're applying for the Middle School Honors Academy that was described just a little bit ago at the Christina High School, again, you have to apply for choice, submit an application, as well as there's a separate entrance application for the Middle School Honors Academy. The staff at the Middle School Honors Academy can provide additional information to you at that time. I'm going to pause just a little bit. Dr. Lawrence, I'm sorry to cold call you here. Is there anything that you want to add about the Middle School Honors Academy? Dr. Lawrence is currently a director of teaching and learning in the Christina School District, and she used to be at the Christiana High School complex. Is there anything that we may be missing there, or any additional points you want to pull out?
You've done a thorough job. The only thing I would add is that a bonus to being a part of the Middle School Honors Academy is that our students in the 8th grade do get to participate in varsity sports should they make the team. So there is an excellent opportunity. And they also are eligible to participate in a lot of our music programs in 8th grade. So just some things to think about. There are some real benefits to being a part of the Middle School Honors Academy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Students applying to our Chinese immersion program for kindergarten through 5th grade, and it is at Downs Elementary. Again, you must complete a Delaware standard application for educational options or choice. The prerequisite there is that for grades 1 through 5, you must have prior Chinese immersion instruction, or you should be fluent in Mandarin. Okay, so if I would not have my child apply for Chinese immersion because they're not fluent and they didn't have any previous instruction. But if your child has had previous instruction or is fluent in Mandarin, we invite you to apply for the Chinese immersion program at Downs Elementary School. If a student is applying to the Spanish immersion program for grades kindergarten through 1 at Oberlin Elementary School, you must complete a Delaware standard application for educational options or choice application. Again, the prerequisite for grades 1 through 2 is prior Spanish immersion or fluency in Spanish. If you
Dr.
would
Moody, sorry.
Sure.
Before you move on, I just wanted to add one more point about the Middle School Honors Academy. They just reminded me gently to remind families that our students in the Middle School Honors Academy can earn high school credit while in middle school. So that's very important to know that they're getting ahead in high school with those credits.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
welcome.
that. And it's not just a Middle School Honors Academy entrance exam, entrance application. There is an assessment to take as well. Students applying to the Chinese immersion program for grades 6 to 8 at Shumadale Middle School. Again, you must complete a Delaware standard application for educational options, also known as a choice application, if they reside outside the feeder pattern of the Shu Middle School. And also contact Shu to complete a Chinese immersion application. The prerequisite is that you would have previous Chinese immersion instruction, or you're fluent in Mandarin, the Mandarin language. And then if you want to continue on to Chinese proficiency at Newark High School. So if there are students at Shumadale who are currently in the Chinese immersion program at 8th grade, they would like to continue with their Chinese proficiency to grades 9 to 10 at Newark High School, you have to complete a Delaware standard application for educational options or choice if you reside outside the feeder pattern of Newark High School. So if you go to Shu, but you're supposed to go to another high school that's not Newark, you have to put in a choice application if you would like to continue the Chinese proficiency program at Newark High School. The Christina School District will notify you after you've submitted your choice application. We will notify you of your invitation status by the end of February 2025. Again, this is a state deadline. So choice application closes January 8th. So between January 8th and February February of 2025, we have to let you know what the status of your invitation is. Once the parent has accepted the invitation, okay, so you live outside of Christina in District A, you apply for choice to one of our marvelous, fantabulous schools. You live over there. So if you do that, you have to, or if your child currently attends a school outside of the district, then you must register your child first in the choice school. Okay, and again, I'm saying all these words, so you'll be able to see the presentation again, and our team will be here to answer any questions that you have. Okay, so once you accept the invitation, now you have to register in that school. So if you say, I really, really, really want to go to Marshall, but I live over here in District A, and you accept the invitation, you have to go ahead and register in Marshall. Go ahead and register at Wilson. Go ahead and register at Gallagher. Go ahead and register at Maurice Pritchett. So if you live outside the district, you have to come in and register. Students attending a choice, charter, or vocational school must remain in attendance at that school for 1 full year. Charter students are bound by what's called a first-year charter agreement. So I just want to make sure you're clear. So when you're going to choose and accept, the law states that if you accept for charter, there's a first-year charter agreement. You have to stay there for 1 year. This is the only time of the year that you can apply for school choice without reason, and transportation is the parent's responsibility, though. So if you're going to a school that's not your typical feeder school where you would go based on where you live, then the parent is responsible for transportation. Okay? You apply online at that website that's there. Again, this link is all on our website, and the phone number. If you have any questions, you will call 302-552-2665. Said, hey, I want to come to one of your awesome schools, and I saw the presentation. I looked at the recording afterwards. I still have some questions, and our team will be glad to answer any questions that you might have. In the meantime, right? So you have all this information. It's a lot. You're sitting there with dinner, and you're winding down from work, or some of you may be gearing up to go to work. If there's a school or several schools you'd like to see in person, just kind of get the feel, the aura, feel the vibe of the school, see the students in the hallway, see the staff on their post doing their duties. You can sign up for a school tour. Call the school directly, ask when you can make an appointment to come in to see the school. You may be able to have an accommodation while people are in the building. Some people may want to go when it's empty, right? After school hours, just so they can kind of have a little bit more time to talk. But please feel free to call any of our schools to set up a time for a tour. We will welcome you with open arms, and we will be glad to have you. Choose wisely. So choose Christina. We will welcome you, and we thank you very much. Before this ends our presentation, however, we will check the, let me just see everyone. Okay, we will check the chat or the question and answer. Thank you. I think everyone was working feverishly to kind of answer questions as we go along. Thank you very much for placing them there. And is there anything that's still outstanding that we probably could verbalize?
Dr. Moody, there was a question around whether the presentation will be posted to our website or sent out. Will it be
Yes,
posted?
ma'am. And matter of fact, we had a parent email 2 days ago that said, I can't make it. That doesn't work. What can I do? And I emailed back and said, once we are done, this recording, because it's being recorded right now, this recording will be posted. We expect it to be up no later than Friday.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Did everyone else get their questions? Oh, no questions. I don't think I've ever stopped and not
There
had
was
any.
one quick question about in-person choice. I know that Middle School Honors Academy is November 7th. So they were asking about how they can find out about in-person choice programs.
Yes, those will be added to our website as well. So not just the tonight's presentation, we'll also have a list of schools that have their own in-person school choice event, and you'll see that calendar there. I'll say that again. Everybody see that question? How do we know if our student is registered in the school district once we submit the application? You will know because if you don't currently live in Christina, then your child is not registered in Christina. If you're currently, if your child currently goes to school in a different district, then you would have to register in Christina. If your child is already in another district in Delaware, attending a public school, they're already registered, they can go ahead and apply through the school choice application process. Once you get accepted to Christina, to a Christina school, then you come to Christina and register your child in that Christina school. Okay, so you may live in Rehoboth, attending a school in Rehoboth, but you know that you're coming up north, then you apply for a school in Christina. Once you get accepted, then you can register your child in the Christina School District. The contact info, on our website, there's a tab for schools. Every school is listed there with their phone number, their address, the principal's name, and the school hours. So that too is on our website. Interest, there's an assessment for the Middle School Honors Academy. Yes, there is. So there are a couple layers to the Middle School Honors Academy, right? Application, assessment.
A performance task. We call it a performance task.
Thank you. Performance task. Does anyone else have any other comments or questions to add? I'm sorry, and questions from our guests? A couple more just popped up. Okay, if you go to a private school and you register with the Christina School District to be able to apply for choice, right? So if you're in a private school and you go to your feeder school in public school to register so that then you can be able to register for choice. That you're registered, there's an online registration process. So if you were to register your child at your feeder school, there's an online registration process, and that online registration process is across the state, correct, guys, team? The online registration process is across the state. So if you're private school, remember I talked about District A, because I'm trying not to mention any other districts, right? So if your private school is in District A, but you don't go to a public school, go to the public school that you would go to and apply and register so that then you can now go onto the school choice application. Skillful, do I have to choice him to this? Good question. So you get, I'm just going to pick on Maurice Pritchett Academy. So you applied and were accepted into Maurice Pritchett Academy for grade 1. Okay, you go to grade 1 next year. You keep going through the grade configuration. You don't have to then apply for grade 2 and apply for grade 3. And once you're in that school for that grade configuration, your child will go for what grades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Until there's a break. It's a little different than Maurice Pritchett, right? So again, and if you went to West Park, you would go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And West Park feeds to what middle school? Shoe?
Mostly Shoe. A few of them go to Gauger.
Gauger. So if your child is in grade 5 in our elementary school, right, and you would normally go to Shoe and you would say, hey, well, I think there's a cool program over here at Kirk, still in Christina. Then you can go to Shoe automatically, or you can apply for Shoe choice to go to a different Christina school in the 6th grade.
I just want to say it's important though, if they move and they're still attending the school, to make sure we get their proof of residence to update everything. I think that's one of the hard parts, is they don't realize they can still attend. We just need to know their address.
Say that again. Say that again, Ms.
So
Novak.
if they're attending our school, but they move out of our feeder pattern and they're already there, we just need to have their proof of residence. So
I see what you're saying. Thank you. And again, everyone in the offices of the school, as well as the educational options or choice office in the district, there are enough team members to guide you, because it's a lot of information, but there are a lot of people who do it successfully every year. So just ask the questions, be that advocate, so that we can get you the answers you want as well. If one of the siblings is in an honors academy, can they be accepted since the sibling is already there? That's not an automatic. They have to go through the same process that the sibling did. If they're accepted into language immersion for kindergarten, is there an automatic progression through the high school, or will you need to apply? You need to apply. So if you're at Downs, for that is you said language, right? But I'll use Downs for Chinese. You go to 5th grade. And if you want to go to SHU for 6th grade, you submit a choice application to go into the SHU. Okay. Thank you very much. Can you possibly be denied? Yes. Yes. There are times when applications are denied for choice for multiple reasons, right? One big reason sometimes is it's almost like the college application process, if there's a capacity issue, right? So everyone loves coming to Christina, and my last name's Moody, so I always use the school Moody Middle. So if everyone wanted to come to Moody Middle in the Christina School District, I can't accept everybody if the school only holds 500 students. I can't accept all 800 applicants, right? So sometimes that's why it's denied. And almost always it has to do with the capacity issue. But thank you for that question. Okay. I think that, oh wait, I gotta scroll down. I'm gonna take just a couple more, and because we are at our time, if you're in an honors academy for 6th grade, assuming all criteria remains and you're progressing well, you can go to 7th grade, go to 8th grade, and then talk about what to do for high school. Do I need the choice? Do I continue through Christiana? If that's not my feeder school, like if it's not your feeder school, you're going to have to apply for choice. If he's already attending the school, can my child be denied? I don't know if I understand that. If your child is already attending a school, there's no need to apply for choice the next year in that same school. So we wouldn't deny that. Now, I will say this though, and this is written in the regulations for school choice. There are times that you have to meet some criteria. Are you attending throughout the year? Or how are your academics? How are your behavioral? How are you progressing behaviorally? And so there is what's called the choice termination at the end of a school year. And again, that's across the state. That's just part of the regulations that's written that says if there are some criteria, right, that your school isn't hitting. And I'll use my children as an example. If they were late to school 20 times or more, they would not be invited to come back the next year, for an example. Okay. So that is it's almost like getting a scholarship in college. Sometimes you have to meet a certain grade point average or you don't get the scholarship the next year. So that we do have some standards to hold so that the choice can roll over to the next year. And that's what I was saying, deny sometimes is on the criteria space. And one application, and you can pick several schools on the application. Okay. Does a child have to go to the school that was automatically assigned to by email? Oh, are you talking about the email we sent out? Yeah, thank you for that confirmation. So if you received an email from us that says, hi, for the 25-26 school year, your child is slated to go to Moody Middle School. Made that up. Moody Middle School. If you want your child to go to Moody Middle School next year, there's nothing for you to do. If you don't want your child to go to Moody Middle School next year, you want them to go to another school, apply for choice. So that's what that letter was for. You'll also get a snail mail version of that notification as well. But the email went out to you so that you would know about this event tonight. The snail mail version won't have this event on there tonight, but it will still tell you where your child is going next school year. And that's almost like a highlight to you, like, yeah, that's where I want them to go. Or no, let's put out some feelers for some other options. Or I'm good with my child going there, but you can apply even if you choose not to accept, right? But if you don't apply, you can't accept, we can't deny there, you have to apply so that you know how to govern yourself next year. With that, it is 7:37. Does anyone have any parting words? I'll stay on a little bit later, a little bit longer, but I would like our team to. I know we've gone over our hour. I appreciate all of you. Dr. Joyner, of course. For all those who are working today is Boss's Day. So again, happy Boss's Day, Dr. Joyner. And Mr. Tim, Mrs. Greenfield, Dr. Princeillas, Dr. Lawrence, Dr. Todd, Mrs. Castle, Ms. Olson, our interpreter, Ms. Novak, and Ms. Casey. I couldn't have done this without you all. I appreciate you. I will stay on a few extra minutes to answer questions. But at this time, all of you who are still with us, we were up to about almost 140 tonight, I think. So I do appreciate you. And I do bid you a good night and a safe evening as well. Don't forget, there's only one choice. Christina, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mooney, and everyone, all the panelists. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.